If I wanted to leave my sales job in 2026, or if you're watching this video and you want to leave your sales job, make as much money as you're making in sales today, and be able to start a side hustle or your own business, this is exactly what I would do. And I share this as somebody who went from a six-figure sales rep to a seven-figure CEO and was able to quit his job in about 6 months. Now let me ask you something. You're hitting your numbers, maybe you're killing it, manager loves you, commission checks are solid, but still deep down you feel like something's wrong. Like you're winning the game, but you're wondering if you even want to still continue playing it. You took a vacation last year, maybe your first vacation in a couple of years, and before you even landed back down, your Slack's already blowing up, or even worse, clients, potential leads, your boss are hitting you up while you're sitting on the beach on vacation. Or maybe you haven't even taken a vacation at all because you're still waiting for those commission checks to hit, or you've been putting it off, or you're afraid of taking the time off of building pipeline to take a vacation. Here's the thing that nobody talks about in sales. The better you get at it, the more they need from you. There's no finish line. There's no point where it sort of just all goes away. And I know this because I lived it. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do if I walked out of my sales job in 2026 with nothing but my laptop and the skills that I already have. Because if you're a sales rep, you have a seven-figure business trapped inside your head. I'm going to explain why. And more importantly, I'm going to completely reframe what you believe that your sales skills are actually worth. Now, real quick, who am I? Why should you listen to me? My name's David Schlase. I am a ex-sales rep, top performer, won President's Club many years in a row. I was a sales manager at a cybersecurity startup out of Minneapolis. I was doing well, making good money, moving up very quickly. I got promoted 3 times in 3 years, basically 4x my income in like a 3-year period. It was crazy. But I was also burning out at a rate that really started to freak me out. In 2016, I had decided that enough was enough. I was gonna scratch that entrepreneurial itch that had been there all along, and I crossed paths with my now business partner, Derek. We started an agency on the side of our sales jobs, even though I was traveling like 3 weeks a month, and we built the whole business in one Saturday. Like literally got it up and off the ground, formed the LLC, built the website, all that stuff, one Saturday afternoon. By June 1st, 2017, about 6 months after we started the company in November of 2016, we walked in, gave our notice, quit our sales jobs. Never looked back. Since then, we built 2 7-figure businesses in this industry. We hit 7 figures for the first time, and I think it was 2021, and we've done it every year since. Last year, our business, I think, did like 1.3 million in revenue, and we're very happy to basically just stay there. We really don't want to grow any more than that. It's an amazing lifestyle that it's given us, and getting bigger is just more complex. The reason why I'm sharing this, though, is I want you to understand that I was you. If you're watching this, you're in sales today. I literally was sitting in the exact seat you're sitting in right now. So here's what your sales manager doesn't want you to know. You're sitting on an unfair advantage that most entrepreneurs pay serious money for, and you've had it this whole time. Think about what you actually do every single day. You pick up the phone, you handle rejection and move on to the next call, and you do this like it's nothing. You know how to run a discovery call, identify a need, build value, overcome objection, and close. You do this on repeat all day, every day. Do you have any idea how rare that is? Most people that try to start a business fail, not because they have a bad product or they don't have good services. They fail because they have no idea how to sell. They don't know how to get customers. They build something and then it's literally just sitting there waiting for customers to show up. And you hear about this on like business podcasts all the time. But you already know how to do all of that, and you've been doing it for years. Mark Cuban came up through sales. Warren Buffett started on a sales floor. Many of the best CEOs in the world, if you trace it back, started in a sales function. Because at the end of the day, running a business is a lot like working in sales. And most of you watching this are already basically running a company within a company right now. You just don't realize it. Here's the reframe I want you to sit with. Your sales skills aren't just a job. They are business skills. And right now, you're using them to build somebody else's empire. What if you pointed those same skills at your own business? This is what I woke up and realized in November of 2016. Now, the business model that I'm talking about that I've used to go from a 6-figure sales rep to a 7-figure CEO is called an LGA, or a lead generation agency. This is probably going to sound pretty familiar if you work in sales, because guess what? You're dealing with leads every day. Now, if you spent any time in the online space at all, you probably have heard of this business model called an SMMA, or social media marketing agency. Now, this is what I started with back in 2016, and it worked really well. It took us to about $50,000 per month, but it came with some real problems. With traditional SMMA, you're basically doing everything. There's all sorts of different campaigns that you can be running. There's all sorts of different strategies, and every client ends up being pretty different. One week you're managing Facebook pages, running meta ads. The next week you're running Google ads, and it's all over the place. And the clients are usually hard to satisfy because they're measuring things that are basically vanity metrics, like how many followers they have, how many likes a post is getting. And not what really matters at the end of the day, which is how many people are showing up on their books and their calendars, and what's the ROI of the campaign. So I remember when I said that my business started doing 7 figures a year in like 2021, this is when we shifted to specifically offering a simplified SMA called an LGA. It made it easier to get customers. It made it easier to charge customers 3 to 5 times more than we were charging. And guess what? The customers were happier because they were getting things that were actually moving the needle in their business in the form of leads that were converting to revenue. So here's what an LGA is. You run a simple ad to their ideal customer. You take that traffic from that ad, drive it to a landing page that you can set up in like an hour. And on the back end, you help them with automation and making sure that the people that are converting on that landing page are showing up to the demo, showing up to the quote, whatever it is. That's it. That's the whole business. You're not managing their social presence. You're not worried about followers or engagement or any of that crap. But what you're doing is you are providing a service that any business owner on the planet is ready and willing to pay serious money for. Because if you say, I can bring more customers in the door and I will show you a simple method on how to do this, they will pay you thousands of dollars per month to do it. Let me break this down. Take a plumber or a roofer for an example. They're paying you because you're sending them customers. A roofing job might be $8,000 to north of $50,000. And if you send them 10 leads a month and they close 2 or 3 of them, boom, the ROI of you charging $5,000 a month is already there. They're making $20, $40, $60, $80,000 from your work and you're cutting them an invoice for $5,000. You just are delivering the best deal they've seen all day. Meanwhile, $5,000 to a lot of you guys would probably be life-changing money if you're making it on the side, or if you just had a couple of clients paying you that much. Think about how quickly you'd be able to quit your sales job. This is what we realized back in November of 2016 when we closed our first client paying us like $3,000 per month 2 weeks after starting our business. It basically becomes a no-brainer for everybody. So maybe you're watching this and you're like, okay, Dave, this sounds great, but I have no idea where to start. I'm gonna give you the exact breakdown. So here's like the first 90 days that I see like clockwork with sales reps that I've worked with. Days 1 through 30, you're focused on getting your first client. And step 1 is the part that stops most people. You need to set up your business. That's it. Form an LLC, build a website. You can literally do all this stuff with like ChatGPT these days. Derek and I set all this up in one single afternoon. We formed our LLC, built our website, created a Google Workspace, professional email, created a logo, picked a name, all this stuff one single day. And this was long before ChatGPT even existed. Like you can literally do this in 3 to 5 hours instead of just spending the next like 6 months being like, oh, I wish I could start a company. Go and start one this Saturday. Now, once you're set up, you need some social proof. You need a case study. This is a strategy we've seen work super well for so many guys. Here's what you offer. You go to anybody that you know personally, you go into Facebook groups, you go door to door, and you say, hey, I'm willing to work with you for free on a 7 to 14 day free trial basis. All I ask is for the services that I deliver, you allow me to use you as a case study. Now it's super easy for them to say yes. It's super easy for you to get your first client. And now you're gonna have the most valuable thing in business, which is a case study and social proof saying you've done this before. You go deliver those services. I can teach you exactly how to do this. And then at the end of that successful case study, you flip that case study around and start using that to market yourself for paying clients, paying you anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 per month for a total beginner. Now I've got a script right here that I'm just gonna read that you guys can literally use. Hey, my name's David. I'm starting an agency that specializes in helping roofers get more leads. I noticed there's another roofing company in your area that's running ads and cleaning up. I help businesses like yours run the exact same type of strategy. And right now I'm looking for a couple businesses to work with on a trial basis, totally free, so I can show you what I can do. All I ask is that I can use you as a case study. That easy. Once you're done doing the trial, do what you do as a sales rep and start doing some outreach. Reach out to like 50 businesses a day. It's easy. You're already doing it for your day job. Now, days 31 through 60, we want to focus on getting the pipeline moving. This is where I see most people mess up. A lot of guys, they close their first deal in that first month and then they just coast. They go on autopilot. But we know in sales, we got to do what we do with sales reps and keep the pipeline moving. So we want to continue doing what we did to get that first client, continue doing outreach, continue getting in front of people. So we have a bunch of different opportunities coming in, ready to get started over the next couple of weeks. By the end of day 60, a lot of guys that I've worked with are literally already in a position where they're able to start thinking or planning on quitting their jobs because they're already at that $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 per month, which for a lot of you guys watching this video right now, especially if you're in like auto sales or local services sales, that might be more money than you're making at your day job right now. Now, I want you guys to think about something. Think about the version of you that stays in sales. And I'm not saying that sales is bad. It's a great launch pad. It's just a terrible career. I had a great run at it. I made more money in sales than I ever thought that I would. And I made more money at the time than any of my friends were making. And more importantly, I used those skills to build an escape plan for myself. But I want you to be honest about where that path goes. You keep hitting your numbers. The quota goes up every single year. Eventually you burn out or you move into management. And now you have everybody else's problems on top of your own. And as somebody who became a manager very, very quickly, I'm here to say all the problems that you think are going to be fixed fix when you move into management are not going to go away. They're actually just going to be amplified. Maybe you're making great money, but look at the VPs that are ahead of you, like I did. I respected them a lot as people. I liked them as people, but I didn't want the life that they had. And that's when I woke up and realized that, hey, the path that I'm on is not taking me anywhere that I want to go. Yeah, I could make good money at it, but there's many other ways that I could make amazing money, like what I've been explaining in this video. You already know how to sell. The question is, who are you going to sell for? Yourself or somebody else? If you want me to go way deeper on this business model than I can in these YouTube videos, check out the free training in the description down below. Drop a subscribe if you haven't already. I drop free game like this for sales reps every single day. And connect with me on Insta or TikTok. Drop a follow. I'll drop those links in the description down below as well. And let me know what questions you guys have in the comments. I respond to every single one on my channel. Much love, guys. Hope this helps.